Kelly, how are you? How have you been? How was your trip to Flagstaff?
It was good. I didn't like the orientation, but I didn't expect to.
Orientations suck.
It does. And it's culty and weird.
Yeah, they're all like that. So yeah. Mm,
Um, but I've been fine. How are you guys?
fine.
Good, since I got that one. She's grooming
You
herself.
cat. Dude, is she super loud? Because I am
Sometimes.
I am I have multiple times a day where I'm like trying to like read or do something and I cannot focus because all I can hear are mouth noises coming from the cats. Like, can you shut up?
No, it is not that bad. I'll
Okay.
only like slightly hear it sometimes, but like I can't hear her now.
Okay.
Am I like loud or quiet? Yeah, or I can hear myself through loops.
Yeah, you're a little bit, you got double voice there a little bit.
But you are a little bit quiet, to be honest. I think.
Oh, that's interesting. You're actually
Hold on.
louder for me
No,
than
it's a Discord thing. Actually, that's on me. Hold on, I can
okay.
change it myself for the recording.
I could also like do this in my room
I think it's fine.
because I can hear myself through loops. Like I can hear myself double.
If you want to do it
Yeah.
in your room, that's fine. We can wait if you want to
It,
move.
it depends on what's. I think it'd be fine for the recording. It depends on what's gonna be best for you. If it's gonna be
Yeah.
weird.
Is it real bad?
Can you hear yourself through mine? You don't hear an echo?
No. Testing. I heard.
Maybe.
No, no, you can do it.
Okay. So what do you think?
Whatever.
Oh, okay.
You can move during if you want.
hmm if it pisses me off too much.
Yeah, I also already started the recording, so.
Oh.
Oh, there's a Roscoe.
Yeah, Roscoe was there the
Roscoe?
whole time. Duke's over there.
I do.
I'm glad you guys chose Mystery Files. Because I was thinking we could talk about the episodes, and then
Yeah.
if I can also, well, if someone could also pull up what the theories were for all of them to talk about what your favorite theory was from each one. I know
Okay.
one of them was
Yeah.
solved this season, right?
Only one.
One out of
Only
six.
one. It was the
Yeah.
first one.
They're
Yeah,
like,
DB
since
Super.
it's not unsolved, we'll do some that are actually solved, and then they did one.
I'll pull
Yeah.
up each episode as we talk about it and try to find the theories.
Okay, they talked about that in a debrief though, about like that they tried a couple other ones that were solved, but it wasn't like it just didn't work out with the episodes because since they were solved, it wasn't super mysterious.
I see. I didn't watch the debriefs. Was there anything else like that was like super important to know?
I think
from
I
them?
watched
Very
three,
important.
3 out of 6 of them.
Very
so
important.
it's all very important. Well, have
So-
you guys watched Winchester House yet?
I
Yes.
have not.
Okay, I think I have 2 minutes left in it. I had to leave for softball. Like it
Oh,
was
okay. That makes
immediately
sense
I had to
then.
leave. Yeah.
Did you go 4 for 4?
This week I went 3 for 6. 3 for 6, and last week I went 4 for 6. But this is actually an intermediate league that we play at. It's renamed, but it's Big League Dreams. Remember? Yeah, that's where the softball league is.
Really? We were just
Oh
talking about that.
wow.
Yeah. So
That's
the other
full
one that
circle.
I joined, which is trash. I mean, just because like it's like the very beginners league, and not a lot of people have played. I think I am currently like 11 for 11 or something in that one.
That's
So
what I'm talking about.
yeah, and then the other one is like it'll be like 3 for 6 because it's intermediate league. So
Before we get into the suspects of each episode of this, was there any episode that you guys especially liked, or was it all just? Because like for me, it was kind of just I just liked seeing them do their thing.
I do
every
have a
time.
favorite.
Wait, which one?
My favorite was Max Headroom. Honestly,
That was a good one.
I don't know why. It was something with Shane, and what was happening actually freaked me out. Like I
No,
hate
yeah,
that.
that
I
was
hate it.
Unsettling.
And
Yeah.
so because it was so unsettling, that was the most interesting to me, and because it was unsolved. It's just like someone did it twice and then just never did it again, and that's
Just
freaky
disappeared.
to me. Like
Yeah.
that's the one that I would like to know the most of. I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That one I actually think I like the most.
Cool.
I was
Luke?
freaked out by that one. I particularly liked the sky trumpets.
Yeah, that was a good one. I think the
That one's
Sky
crazy.
Trumpets had my favorite moment, but I'll say that till after Kelly says what hers is.
So,
Okay, here we go.
What you guys don't know is that I've been obsessed with the Max Headroom case
Oh.
for years.
Oh.
Not only, no, I can't do it. I gotta go. I gotta go.
Okay.
I gotta go.
It's worth a
I
shot.
can't do it.
Okay, fair
Like
point.
that other show there's like
Worth a shot. I guess we can just vamp until she gets back. I don't want her to miss anything.
yeah,
I don't know.
I
That's
just
how
really
I'm
like
holding
this.
Mark in the palm of my hand.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Look at that. How
Like
are
that
you
picture of
doing
you
that?
with Sky.
Ow!
What happened?
How does the remote hurt you that bad though?
Baby.
Like I get if it like pokes you or something, but the emphasis on the ow.
I don't know how I'm gonna pull up these theories in like a timely manner because I kind of just have to scrub through the videos.
Oh yeah.
So-
Well, I was gonna maybe if we like could get a cork board, like just a image of the cork
Do you think-
board,
yeah, on the internet, do you think they have like a
maybe.
3 file?
What was the first episode?
DB Tuber.
Stupid. That one was also very interesting to me. That might have
That
been my.
was silly.
I also I like them all though. I really like the what was it?
So let's see. We had DB Tuber.
Oh,
we
the
had
Chu-
the
the
Leatherman.
Chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
I like Chupacabra because
Yes, then.
there's also an online one that makes a lot of sense that I saw as a
And
comment.
what is that?
I'll have to like go find it and read it
Okay.
whenever we talk about that episode. So
I remember like seeing something on TV when I was a kid that was one of the ones that it brought up where it was like a dog coyote Mexican gray wolf mixture and that's why and it had mange. That's why
Yeah.
it looked messed up. It's really sad to see animals with mange.
Yeah.
It really messes them up. So I've always like just been like, oh yeah, that's for sure what that was. I thought the monkey theory in that one was really funny. Also makes kind of sense and is a little bit Jurassic Park: The Lost World-y. So
The Lost World. I hate
it's a good
that movie.
book.
I hate
I've never actually seen that movie.
that movie
I-
was boring.
I think the book is actually a pretty good sequel to Jurassic Park. Vince Vaughn is not in the book.
Vince Vaughn. Oh yeah, is he?
His character might be. I'm just saying Vince Vaughn is not mentioned.
I forgot
himself
that
in
he was
the-
even in. I just remember being bored. Felt
Yeah,
like
it-
Prometheus.
No, you had a headache?
So you mean
A little bit, yeah. Actually, Lost World did give me a headache.
Oh no.
So if it's like Prometheus, that means I'm gonna watch it, like it the first time, hear all your valid criticisms, watch it the second time, and go, oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
this isn't great.
Yeah, I'll just ruin all the movies for you.
The part
Be who you are.
The part about Prometheus that really gets me is when she's running away from that falling ship and she doesn't run like perpendicular to it and she just runs straight and then it like
Hey,
comes
what you
down on
gonna
her. Like,
do?
What you gonna do? It was,
What
it
you
was
gonna
too
do?
long.
like a
If-
right angle.
If you're in that situation, what you gonna do? You know?
Right angle.
Well, you know what you gonna do. I'm on their side on this. There's a like I feel like Prometheus, The Lost World, give me the same vibes of like headache, and it's that thing of
Yeah.
like they're not terrible, but like they're frustrating to me.
Yeah, I think
Like Jaws 2. Jaws 2, I would
Yeah.
honestly rather watch
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 just because I'd rather laugh. And 2 is like kind of frustratingly mediocre.
boring, dude.
So,
yeah.
That's what I hate.
I think you're onto something because movies like that are ones where you're like, you had potential to be halfway decent
Yeah.
and you kind of screwed it up.
Yeah.
Roscoe.
He was gonna show up randomly.
And I'm okay with taking a dump on Prometheus because Ridley Scott kind of makes me cringe with the way he reacts when his movies don't do well in theaters. It's like, hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Is
can you
James
hear that
Cameron
motion?
also bad about that?
I think it's in a different way because James Cameron is kind of annoying to me too, but because he seems to think he's so self-important
Oh, because of
Um,
Avatar.
because of Avatar, and he like I don't know, just how obsessed he is with going down to look at the Titanic. I'm like, yeah, we get it. You did Titanic. Do you have to keep doing it every year?
They did that in South Park or something like that too.
Did they?
And they made fun of him, but he said he enjoyed it, like he liked it, because
I think, yeah, I don't know how he is other than that. I just know that with Ridley Scott, like when the last Duel, people said was like a good movie, right?
Mhm.
But it didn't do well at the box office because why would it? It's a very
Yeah.
like niche thing. It's like Rashomon, but like in the Middle Ages, and
Yeah.
it's like you're gonna get a very specific audience. And he was just like criticizing mainstream audiences for not seeing it, and it's like you have to realize when you make a movie like that that it's not gonna do Spider-Man numbers.
Yeah.
I,
Like
I
Marvel's
agree.
always gonna make the most.
Yeah, I agree that like some of the movies that make like a ton of money, I'm like, why? But
Yes.
it's just like kind of a fact of life now.
It's like blockbusters. I feel like Kelly's
Yeah.
here. She's just not saying anything till we acknowledge it. So,
I'm just vamping because she's not here.
I'm very Kelly. Are you here? I don't trust it. She'll
don't
pop
trust
in
it.
whenever. It's like blockbusters are always gonna do better, but some like Marvel should not make as much as they do. I'm part of the problem, but I like superhero movies though. Because I like it sustains my ADHD.
It depends for me, right? Like I liked the Batman.
Yeah.
I liked some, and I don't, and I loved Across the Spider-Verse.
Mhm.
But like there are just some where it's like I'm not. There's like I can tell by the trailer if I'm gonna like it or not, and if
Yeah.
the trailer doesn't get me, I'm like I'm just not even gonna to go and waste my time.
Right. Well, that's one thing with Flash is I thought the trailer looked bad, and then I enjoyed the movie. Well, the trailer made it look like the same, like, jokes and horrible like cringy comedy the whole time that the Flash has in Justice League, and
Yeah.
I hated him in both iterations of that, and I thought that the character was fine.
I
in
need to go
this.
help my cat. I'm
Okay.
so sorry.
Yeah, it
I'll
seems
be right
concerning.
back.
All right, Luke, it's you and me.
Hey.
This
Hey,
podcast
hey.
is falling apart.
At the seams.
Luke, I just did not vibe with Asteroid City. It was sad.
That's alright. It's alright.
But I
liked
liked
it.
French Dispatch a lot. Like,
Yeah.
it was that one I thought was super interesting, and I was like into all three stories. I liked the format for it. Oh my god! Fucking. Is this why she was late? Is just setting this
Probably.
up?
Probably. Well, she was in the front room like 30 seconds ago, and I don't know why.
Well, she
but-
turned on her camera, but she's still not showing herself for this reason. Now, if she does a podcast like this, and we just hear the voice,
Yeah.
that's coming from the pig. I respect that.
I forget what that pig's name is, but she gave it a name. Something.
I can't remember. Didn't she talk about it like last episode? What's going on?
This is just like Max Headroom.
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. So next week I'm gonna look. There's so many movies in theaters I'm gonna see.
Next week, Indiana Jones.
Well, next week I'm gonna see Indiana Jones. Oh God, it's very Max Headroom.
Very.
If anyone's just listening, Kelly pulled a Max Headroom on her video. It's very scary. And if you don't know what Max Headroom is, you probably aren't watching or listening to this video. So.
I saw our Outlast video has 9 views.
That's what it was anytime we did a walkthrough. Remember? That's always the thing.
Okay, hi, sorry. That was a whole thing.
Was it
You missed the
CJ?
Max Headroom incident.
Yes, it was CJ. I miss Max Headroom.
Yeah.
Kelly.
She was she was trying to get up. She has a little ramp to get on a perch. And
This is what
she
we're
got her
talking
leg
about,
stuck.
Matt.
Oh,
Jesus.
and well, she got her leg stuck, and when she was trying to struggle up, she peed a little bit, and then I accidentally stepped in it. So I had to-
Ah.
It was a
Yes.
whole thing. She's good now. Is
Is it-
Kelly just being Max Headroom?
She's being Max Headroom. That's why she's not answering us. So I guess we might
Let's
as well
just
start talking about it, and then she can join if she wants to, or she could just Max Headroom it the whole time.
I'm not finding screenshots.
It's
of
really
the
weird
work.
that the computer would do that.
Yeah, it's so strange.
You okay? What was going on there?
The computer malfunctioned.
Oh, how weird.
What a good
Mhm.
explanation for it too. Okay, the first one. DB Tuber.
The, the unhinged bank heist of DB Tuber. Now, for those listeners who may not be aware, what is that in reference to?
For DB
Cooper.
Cooper.
Yeah. Which
I'm
is
not
really
following.
funny. There's nothing, it has nothing in common except that they both stole money.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
correct.
kind of fun.
And there was a tube,
And
so then they could
Tuber
rhyme.
rhymes with Cooper, kind of.
Not really.
Kind of.
But not really.
Wait, Kelly, were you still talking about your favorite one or Max Headroom?
Oh, yeah.
I think you before you left, you were still talking.
Guess what's on my socks?
Max Headroom.
Max Headroom.
No.
Oh, that would be.
The hint, oh, now I need that. The hint is that I color coordinated it. So
Red.
yeah. So
Is it a sock that you've already worn before? that you
no,
told us about?
no, it's the theme of the ones that I was wearing last week. Not even last week.
It was a
last
little bit ago. Yeah.
I don't remember what the theme was last time.
I'm also blanking.
What do we even do? Oh, it was Ted Lasso last time. Was the video. So
Luke, what was the theme last time?
you got this, Luke. You know.
I've seen her socks.
Well, what's the
that's
theme though?
cheating.
What's the theme?
It rhymes with Cuppets.
The Muppets. The
The
Muppets.
Muppets, right? Okay,
Because
right,
there's
right.
Kermit last
So,
time.
is it animal? What's his? Is it animal? Yeah.
Ah.
I was like, what's the yellow, the orangish, reddish Muppet?
Is his name Animal?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah. Creative.
Cool. Kelly, tell us why you were so obsessed with Max Headroom.
Cause it's fucking freaky. You saw the shit
And it was probably done by Shane Madej, little 1-year-old.
when he was
It's
this
this
big.
small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, cause I love it. I love it so much. They were just there to be kooky and silly.
It's so funny to me too, because it's harmless. Like nobody, it's a prank that like nobody gets hurt. It's just weird.
Well, someone gets
got spanked on TV.
They were just being silly, goofy. Like, how smart do you have to be to hack that, right? To like back in the day, I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe it was easy, but like to me, that person had to be super smart, and that's what they did with it. I love them.
Yes,
Um,
they're my hero.
I think it's crazy because it could have also been super bad if they kept progressing it because they already the second time they did the spank, so it's like
There was full bare ass.
yes, so it's
And
concerning.
you know what? His ass was super smooth. I think they should be looking for people with really smooth asses.
Yeah, just shaved or something like that too. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
you're
shaved for
checking
that.
salons who got a butt wax recently.
But it's crazy. Just like I would be also worried as like a network at the time of like if this person keeps progressing, it could be very bad. But they just stopped. They just wanted to
Yeah.
spank someone on TV. Like they tested it, and I think really all they wanted to do is spank someone on TV.
You find their journal and just like bucket list, spank someone on TV.
Yeah.
Check.
Could you imagine watching that live? Ugh.
You'd be
wouldn't
freaked
know-
out, Luke.
I did.
Whoa.
Really? Were you this small?
Did you live in Schaumburg in 1987?
Guys, if I told you something, would you promise not to repeat it?
She's Max Headroom. I knew.
I knew it. I knew it. I had my suspicions, but I didn't want to say anything.
I'm
We all
actually
do.
I'm Max Headroom Incident.
You are
Your
Max
Max
Headroom.
Headroom incident.
So that was your favorite one of the season too.
I also really liked Leatherman because I also knew about Leatherman before.
Oh. I
Um,
didn't.
so
I had not heard
Yeah.
of Leatherman
Me
or Max Headroom.
I had told Luke about both of them before.
I've been aware of Max Headroom for a while, but I think that was that and the Chupacabra, obviously. But those I think are the only two I had heard of before this.
I think
It's kind of fun.
I had heard of Tunguska from my astronomy
Okay.
class.
Oh, really?
I forgot all the specifics, but it was like a super massive explosion event. We like learned something about that.
That one was fun because Shane was like, I like it when he gets scientific because I'm like, yeah, you're speaking my language, buddy. debunking all the Ryan's.
I
theories.
didn't know. Fuck you. You're no fun.
He's really speaking to me.
Luke, you good? It's the screaming.
Whenever Ryan lapses into aliens as a theory, I'm like, this is a good episode.
That's why the Sky Trumpets was my favorite because he
Luke's
was like,
convinced
okay,
he heard
here's
the
my
sky
theory.
trumpets.
Yes.
That's why he likes it.
Yes.
I
When I
believe
was
you.
young, just a wee lad of about 12 or 11,
Okay.
I was with my friends in Karsten's backyard, and we heard.
You mean a motorcycle?
Nope. There's
No.
no other explanation.
It was like a train whistle. It was a train whistle. So it wasn't. It was like. But we were like, what? Where are the trains? And then we flee a dude. Or there were 3 of us, so we have flee a trod.
God damn it. I hate that.
No.
Defer to Kelly.
Anyway, we were
God.
like, oh my gosh, and then we went into like deep talks about religion right after. It was pretty good.
Okay,
Sounds about right.
cool.
Sky trumpets are very interesting because, like, if I had heard it, I would be so freaked out. So I like that.
Literally, it could be anything.
Right, but I did
Like
this-
aliens.
I do the same thing
True.
with like sky trumpets as I do with Ghost Files or BuzzFeed Unsolved. Of like, I pretend like I believe while I'm watching because then I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's scary because that's a ghost, and then like
Yeah.
I turn off. I'm like, I don't believe in it. But like anytime I hear anything, it's like, yeah, that was a ghost. So it's kind of like sky trumpets. I mean, it could all just be fake on internet too, like whatever. But like, I
But that's
like
less
to
fun.
think about. Yes, I like to think like it's
I like to think that
happening.
it's the apocalypse.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
So
Kelly
get
and I
this.
also heard the Sky Trumpets. Or we
Can-
heard a train
I
whistle.
think it's
Again,
I think it's creepier that it was a train whistle.
it was a train whistle.
It sounded
Again.
like it sounded like those wooden things that you get that when you blow in it, it makes a train sound.
Yeah.
Oh, scary.
But it freaked us out.
Wait, where
Kelly,
were
did-
you?
Okay,
It was our
it's the
old apartment.
apocalypse, right? We've already had plague.
Mhm.
The every TV show ending, famine.
Mhm.
Famine.
Mhm.
How, we're very close. Well, war.
Mhm.
War. There was. Isn't insects a plague? There was those like
Yeah.
death, those like wasps.
Locusts.
Yeah, something was happening a couple years ago in the U.S.
Really? With locusts?
No, it was something was like migrating, and I can't remember what it was, but people were very scared of it, and then it never like nothing happened with it. Do you guys remember this?
No.
I'm gonna Google what it was. I might have
Maybe
made this
you had
up.
a psychic vision of locusts. You ever think of that?
Maybe it was a dream.
Agree. Thank you.
They were called like death something.
Yeah,
It was just death. It
isn't
was
that
Final
the fourth
Destination.
horse? Is that
I
the
don't
fourth
know.
horse?
The 4 horsemen of the
Uh,
apocalypse. Yeah. What I don't know what they are. Luke, you're
Nah,
the
I
resident
don't.
expert. Oh, okay.
Now, which character was each one in X-Men Apocalypse, Luke?
The X-Men.
Well, when I think of the 4 horsemen, I think of Now You See Me.
Oh,
right.
see, so I think of X-Men Apocalypse. You think of Now You See Me Too. Interesting.
Oh,
You guys have to watch Atlanta because that joke about Now You See Me Too
Yeah.
just is so specific
one
and
was
hits so
really
hard
funny.
just for us. Now You
Dude,
See
I
Me
don't
Too
even-
was magic. He stopped rain.
Now You See Me 1 was magic too.
Well, do you remember in 2 they were like throwing the card? That was insane.
Yeah.
That was a pretty cool scene though. I know it doesn't make any logical sense.
Hey, I
but
think
it's
those
pretty
movies are
cool.
entertaining. Oh no, what happened to Kelly?
What the heck?
I'm really trying to find what these insects were, and I think I made it up because I was just
It was a
googling.
psychic vision, I'm telling you.
I was just googling what insects were people afraid of a couple of years ago. I did
What?
find a Wall Street Journal article from 5 years ago that said the insect apocalypse is here.
Someone's outside, Luke. They're about to come inside.
Really?
I saw a shadow go through the light of the thing.
Of the
That's
window?
so
Yeah.
scary.
Is no one out there?
Oh, check.
I
You'll
think
be
it's.
able to see
Oh,
it.
you know what? What if it's Kelly?
Maybe.
Maybe it's Max Headroom himself.
He shows up, and he actually looks like that. It's not a mask.
Luke's trying to fight someone out there. What if it actually is someone out there, like just walking up, and he just opened the door like that on them?
You're like, hey, Luke, there's someone creeping around your house. He's just like, okay. Opens up the door.
I swear I saw a shot. Do you see like where the light? Is
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I swear I saw like something pass it.
Could it have been a cloud going in front of the sun?
But it was like like the light was still showing. Like it wasn't like dark, and then it was like it looked like
Not
something
good.
passed over.
Not good.
What was
I
it?
just saw a ghost.
Oh no!
There was not
Mark-
anything out there. That's strange.
Mark,
Interesting.
this is how it goes when they're like, you're not talking about the sky trumpets. It's like me being like, maybe it was a cloud, and you're like, it's a ghost.
It's a ghost.
So it was like through
Is
the
that a
window right
Garrett
here.
Watts shirt?
My shirt was bothering me, so I decided to change it.
Nice.
And this was the closest thing. And it's the
Mark's gonna put his Garrett Watts shirt on. I
Oh.
bet you.
I have a ghost story to tell you guys.
Oh, okay. Tell us.
Is Mark here?
Mm.
Oh.
Well, it wasn't really a ghost story. It was more just me having visions.
Okay.
Well, wait. Tell me.
Okay.
We haven't
All right.
yet to actually like discuss any of the theories. Oh, one of my favorite moment probably of the whole season was in the Sky Trumpets episode when they were talking about the fish and the fish making noises, and they were like, how big is that thing? And then like a couple minutes later, Brittany's like, it's 15 inches. And Shane was like, oh, good for them. And Brittany was like, no.
They got nothing done. Like
No,
they didn't that whole episode it was just
Nothing.
bullshit. It's so funny.
It's my favorite.
I love in things when they include producers off screen, like something so funny happened behind the scenes, they had to include it in the episode. I love that.
I love when we get Carter lores.
Yeah.
I love Carter.
Now Steven's a psychopath.
Yeah!
And Carter
There it is.
Very nice. Very
There
nice.
it is.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
She's
Mark,
crying.
do you want to hear? Oh, really?
Well, every time I open the closet, she wants to get in there to jump on my shirts and then climb all the way up to the top. So I don't let her in there, which is why the litter box is out here. Because I
Oh,
came home one day
Sky.
after I left it like that, and stuff from the top shelf, which is too high for her, was on the ground. So,
Oh, cats.
yeah.
Cats are funny.
But it's a Garrett Watts shirt, so do you see his eyes?
Kelly, you've read The Secrets, yes?
Kelly's the only one who hasn't read The Secrets.
Oh,
I
man.
haven't seen Mark.
They're juicy.
Yeah, don't worry, Kelly. There's 3 long secrets. You will see them.
Okay.
Next time
You
I
guys
see
wanna-
Emily.
Luke,
Okay, good.
do you tell us about your vision?
The hotel in Flagstaff. I was having
Oh,
a dream.
fuck you! No.
I was having a dream. Our window that opens there. This dream was weird. There was like, the window started like caving into a hallway, and then there was some dark figure peering into us from that window. I woke up, and in my state of between sleep and wake, I saw a woman sitting on Kelly like the nightmare monster in that painting, and was like this. And then I went, ugh, and then it wasn't there anymore. Then I went back to sleep.
Oh my god.
Aye, Luke.
Both you guys.
The next night, she was going to sleep, and Kelly went, my chest hurts.
It
And I
did.
went-
My ribs were hurting.
You saw a
Anyway.
ghost.
It
It was a real thing, Luke.
was scary. It's not good.
Yeah.
You have this is like I feel like at least once every 6 months you tell me a story like this and it freaks me out. It's anytime
Well,
you stay anywhere
was
that's
about to
not
say.
your home.
I was about to say, I feel like, and it's always for like 2 or 3 seconds when I'm like coming out of sleep. So it's
Yeah.
like the shadows playing tricks,
Yeah.
but it's so scary because I'm also not at my home. And then, oh wait, no, I've had a lot of dreams lately, and one of them I was with Mark Frost, and we were poring over the Twin Peaks books trying to figure out the answers, which he wrote, but we were trying to figure it out.
He was trying to figure out the thing he wrote.
Luke,
That was a good dream.
I love your imagination because like these stories you tell me like genuinely like gives me like a chill up my spine and like I don't believe in ghosts and even when you say it I'm like what the hell like
It's not
See,
good.
it's fun to believe
Crazy.
in ghosts and stuff like that, especially when you hear stuff from people. It's like, I just roll with it.
I remember being so scared when I was a teenager of like not necessarily that I believed in ghosts, but like after seeing horror movies, just being like, just petrified. I remember sleeping with the light on at one point because I watched a scary movie and I was like,
What
So-
movie was it?
I think I saw the first Conjuring in theaters and I was like,
In theaters.
Ellie-
In 2013, that was pretty intense.
which means I would have been 17, which is embarrassing.
Kelly and I watched Zodiac, right? And I was scared out of my mind. I went to
Yeah.
my friend's house, and it was Isaac's, and we were parking on the street, and there were bushes in the background. So it was literally, and I was walking there at night,
No.
and that was actually the scariest, like the most scared I've been for some reason. I was like, why is this so scary to walk to my car right now?
Well, and even with that one, it's like true story, could
Yeah,
happen
yeah.
anywhere. Yeah. Oh man. Hi Sky.
She's a mess.
Hello.
Okay. DB Tuber.
Oh yes. I don't remember any of the theories. What, Matt? Give us a real
Well,
quick
this one's
recap.
solved.
This one's soft.
Oh,
one's
this
soft.
No,
one-
this is
was the
this
solved
is
one?
the only thing you need to know.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
only thing you need to know. This is slander. Do you know who my parents are?
That's basically the
That was
gist
a
of it,
good-
jog your
yes.
memory.
It was a good.
That was, yeah. Now
Luke, could
now
you
I
hear
know.
me through the wall?
Can't think of the word. I'm like Dennis in that episode.
Can you hear it, Luke?
I can hear that knocking. Yes. It sounds like a haunting of Hill House.
Oh,
What if I heard a knock, but you weren't knocking on the wall?
Oh.
crazy.
You
Okay.
heard tapping on your window at home.
I
Right?
did another moment in between sleep and wake. I was at my
Right.
apartment and I heard like on my window like a. And in my head I was like, "This is Salem's Lot. The dead child has come to visit me." And I was like,
that's a
"No."
scary scene.
And so then I couldn't get out of bed. It was so weird because it was in that weird where I was like, I am so scared right now, but I'm so tired and I'm still like half asleep, so I can't get out of bed. But my heart was like boom, 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 boom. But I was like, the only thing I can do is go like this and cower. And I did.
That's the
Yikes.
only
I
move.
cowered. I cowered.
Have I told you guys about my Salem's Lot dream?
No.
Mm-mm.
It was before I even knew about Salem's Lot, but then I told Luke about it, and he was like, "Oh, it's like that one scene from Salem's Lot," and therefore it became the Salem's Lot dream.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay.
I was asleep, and I heard tapping at my window.
Mm.
It was completely dark, and it was a little child.
Hey.
And I had this dream when I was like 13, and I remember, I remember walking out through the front room. Luke was sitting on the couch, and he was like, "Where are you going?" And I went, "To do what I have to do." I opened the door. I picked up the child, and then I woke up. I walked off into the darkness, and then I woke up
With the child underneath your arm.
like
Wow.
this. Yeah.
Oh my god.
What do you think that
Yeah, I
means?
slung him over my shoulder, and it was like what I have to do, and it's
And I
like,
grabbed him by the feet. And
and I like.
I wonder what that means.
I don't know what it means, but it is crazy.
You should
That's,
study
like,
that, Luke.
shot for shot.
Yeah.
At least up until you go and throw him over your shoulder.
Right, right.
Luke, I think you would love that, and also it'd freak you out so much if that was your job to like dream
Psychoanalyze
Yeah.
dreams. Well, I do
Oh.
that already with myself and Kelly when she
Well,
tells me
I
her
mean, but
dreams.
like,
And I try to be like,
officially.
yeah, I know. Yeah, because I'd stumble upon something and it's like some demon, and I'm like, oh no, and then I'm gonna have to fight it with my fists.
Ah, yeah.
You ever,
I should
you
write
ever
a story about
discover
that. There's something there.
Paimon the demon in your sister's dreams?
Ugh.
Well, apparently there's a woman sitting on my chest when I sleep.
That was so scary.
so-
No.
Was
no,
it-
No.
Did it just look like a normal like woman, or was it like scary?
Well-
Or was it like a non-normal woman?
It was pretty non-normal. Because it was just the shadows. It was just like
Yeah.
a black shape, but in my head it was like I was like there was like the black veil on top, like a
A
stereotypical
woman in black.
Yeah, or Sarah Winchester.
Oh,
would-
there you go.
If you will.
But then I was like, that's just like the sleep paralysis demon from that
Yes.
painting.
What on me?
But on you, and then your chest hurt.
I slept fine. I had a great time.
Let me tell you, nothing says a good night's sleep like your sleep paralysis demon just crushing your rib
Ah.
cage.
My ribs did hurt, and I don't know why. That's true.
That's scary.
Oh,
Okay.
we watched Sky Trumpets in Max Headroom in that hotel room.
Yeah. I
Oh.
had that dream the day before, right?
It was after watching an hour and a half
Of Lost.
of Lost.
Recap. Lost
Ah,
recap.
oh,
Of Mike's
Now-
Mike's Lost recap.
I'm rewatching Lost, and I'm watching some episodes with Kelly as I go.
Yeah.
It's whatever episode he's on, I just join in.
And there's some horrifying moments still. But now
Yeah.
it's like, now when I was younger, I watched Futurama. Now I have to turn on Last Airbender.
Heck
Well,
yeah.
well,
So far, I have not gotten scared as I used to when I was a child. But when the time comes and Desmond appears and some kooky stuff happens with him, time to watch Last Airbender.
well, you can also go to Futurama, Luke, with the new season. That's
Yeah, I did not.
again.
Why?
I don't know. It got
I mean,
renewed
that's
like
positive,
a third
but-
time after. Like over the span of 20 years, like 20 years, but they've canceled and renewed
It's been
3
renewed
different
twice.
times.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh yeah, it's renewed twice. So like 20 years, but like 10 seasons.
I didn't even know that.
Yep,
I'm so not.
they're
in the
coming
loop.
back with Futurama.
Was that show good?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
liked it.
it was definitely like a good of the adult animation.
I was gonna say with adult animation, I just assume it's bad, unless
No,
I hear otherwise.
Matt Greening did it, and he did Simpsons, and I like his
Oh, okay.
humor more than.
Yeah.
Especially when it first came out, it was pretty like ahead of a lot of other things. Like in the adult animation game, it was one of the top ones for sure.
At least what I remember from what I watched too, it was not nearly as raunchy. Like the comedy was not as
No.
raunchy. It was
It was more
stupid.
stupid, which is what I
More
like.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, wait. So was DB Tuber the only one that was solved this season? Was the first
Yeah.
episode?
Yeah.
Nice.
Just to prove, hey, we're different. We're a different thing than BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Oh,
okay.
right.
Oh no, you
Yeah.
can't say that.
They
You can't say the word.
Was
We're
it-
different than redacted.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
was it on on Ghost Files for Winchester? He said something about like we're on another show or something.
Yeah.
Like, he
Yeah.
didn't say the name.
Contractually obligated not to tell you which show.
But that was the person and who had the girlfriend, right? And he's like out of prison now or something.
Yeah, he got reformed, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Like
yeah,
he does children's books.
yeah, he learned his lesson. I hope.
Yeah, we hope. But that was
Uh,
crazy. Especially the setup for that one with like
Yeah.
all the was it gardeners? Was
Yeah, it was
Like
the
landscapers.
landscapers.
the
Yeah.
landscapers and hired them and everything just to like set this up. It's pretty crazy, honestly.
It is very crazy. It was
And to
crazy.
escape in a tube?
In a tube
good.
down a lazy river. That's pretty funny.
Was there pepper spray involved though?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucked.
So,
Yeah,
what?
okay.
He didn't kill anyone.
I mean,
nobody
take away
died.
the pepper spray, you know, then it's totally fine.
Then you should have gotten away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except he was basically.
Except for, do you know who his parents are?
Yeah, he's a nepo baby who was very entitled.
I don't think Nepo Baby. I don't think that
It doesn't
works.
really apply because he
He's
didn't
not.
like, succeed in an industry
Yeah.
because of it. He just did have like rich parents.
He's
who,
a
like,
rich
were-
boy.
You guys see this?
He's a
Dude,
poor
okay,
little
I
rich
see-
boy.
Is she underneath there?
Yes.
She's funny.
Um,
Then the next episode was the Tunguska event,
Tunguska.
oh yes.
which is fascinating.
Yeah, that one's interesting. I like that one.
Remember,
If this one for me was probably the one
Space Rock.
This is probably my least favorite just because of too much science. Why Matt likes it is the reason
why I
I
like
was
it,
probably
yeah.
But
less.
what about when they started shooting air at each other's
Oh
dicks?
no,
Yeah.
no,
That
everything
was
was.
pretty
I'm just talking about the
There's
story
something for us
itself.
too, Mark.
Yes,
Wait, wait,
that-
wait.
they did that just for you and me.
Yeah.
Whoa, is this Avatar? Stupid. Yeah, that one was just like, it's the same problem I have with Puppet History is I can't binge it
Ah.
because too much history thrown at me at once.
Yeah.
And I more just watch it for like the antics. So if I'm actually trying to pay attention, then I have to watch like one episode at a time. But same with the how do you say it?
Tunguska.
Tunguska.
You have to say it like that.
What were the theories for that one?
So I know one of them. I'm trying to get to the cork board now. One of them was a comet, just passing
Last
really close.
Airbender. Just like Last
Yeah, and it would burn up on impact. It's made of ice, right? It's very hot when it enters, and that would leave the blue streak in the sky that people said they saw
Could
potentially.
you imagine seeing that?
That would be crazy. It's things like that that make you realize why like ancient cultures like believed in like gods falling from the sky. 'Cause it's like, yeah, could you imagine seeing that? That's
And
crazy.
actually
sky
Kelly.
trumpets were
It's actually
sounding in their
Kelly.
ears.
this guy.
Luke, you should get our piece of paper that had my theory
Oh.
on the Tunguska. Mm-hmm. It's a whole thing.
One of them
Looking for
was the meteor coming down. What? I can't.
You have to hold
Asteroid
still.
equals government
asteroid government. I'm down with that. That's my favorite
What-
theory.
Thank you.
Because there was no like impact spot, there were a lot of them where like either the asteroid like came down and
Yeah.
like, didn't make impact. It burned up, but it like pushed everything out,
That's
so that all the
insane.
trees in the middle stayed
Yes.
standing.
Yes.
pretty
Man, that would have been
cool.
so cool to see that because, like, remember when I saw those stars moving in the sky with my friends, and we were like, "Whoa!"
Oh yeah.
And it turned out to just
Yeah.
be.
Was it
Nico-
just space debris?
It was just Elon Musk.
It was SpaceX.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It was sad. You know what I was just about to say, which would have
What?
made me sound dumb. Then I
Yeah.
stopped myself, but now I'm gonna admit it anyway. Is I was like, and then it was just Nikola Tesla.
Hey,
Well, you're
I
halfway
get
there.
where you
Yeah.
were going.
I
That's
see where you
something
were
I
going with
would
that.
say and not
I
realize.
wish it was Nikola Tesla in the sky going.
That's what he would do up there.
All right,
Um,
I'm trying to get to more theories on it.
He
Okay.
is a star man.
Yes, nice one. And
Thank
his
you.
assistant is my friend.
Ah.
Oh.
That's so lost.
What's going on?
If you know, you know. You know.
If you know, yeah, don't explain it. Mark, do you
Try to
know?
debunk this.
No.
Yeah, try to.
I just go with
Mark
it.
doesn't know.
I just go with it. I go with anyone being Luke's friend, because Luke always says this person's my friend.
This one truly is. I actually know him.
Do you? Someone's
I'm gonna just
assistant?
move on because I
Okay,
don't know what's
continue.
going on. Another theory I think was that it was some kind of like nuclear test gone wrong, but
Mhm.
it doesn't. Like this is a good 40 years.
I was gonna s- It's like
Before-
1850s, right? Or
Mm,
even
I thought it
1890s?
was something. It was like a good 50 years
1920s,
before
yeah.
like. It was I think 1910s, 1900s. Yeah.
If,
Um.
if it's a cover up, it's a cover up. How are you gonna know?
Honestly, if any country was gonna do this, it probably would be the Soviet Union. Well, that wasn't even the Soviet Union. That was before Lenin. Whoa.
The czars were in charge
See,
of Russia.
Kelly, this
Yeah.
stuff just goes right past me.
It was
I'm-
before the
Economic sense.
Bolshevik
I'm on my phone.
Revolution. Anyway, so
It was 1908.
There you go. Okay.
It was June 30th. That's so close.
Oh wow.
1908.
Yeah.
1908.
And then we have
That's
the
in
most.
something.
1908.
Some
You see
movie
my
has
eyes.
1908. Yeah.
Whoa.
We have the most probable theory. Aliens.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Gotta be.
Another one was volcanic gas. Just going.
Weird.
But that one, like, it's not near any like faults or volcanoes, so I don't really buy that one a lot.
Mark.
Mm-hmm.
You guys keep talking.
Okay.
Hey, Matt, what if it's like an X-Files thing? Which
Okay.
I
the
can't-
lore in that show gets so extensive, and they kind of don't know what they're doing, and it's very confusing. But
Yes.
what I kind of took from a little bit of it was that there were aliens. So the government tried to play off to the people like they were aliens. So people would be like, they're aliens. So then the general public would be like, oh, that can't be right. They're not aliens because it actually was aliens.
So they pulled like a reverse psychology.
Yes.
You, like,
Maybe so, or maybe that's what I took from it.
like how do we deceive the public?
Yeah.
How about
We make
hear
it
me out,
alien.
we tell them the truth.
Maybe they didn't. I don't know. There was some. I thought that'd be a cool plot.
Are you guys shadowboxing?
You
I think
can
there's
do
one
some-
more theory in
so-
here
so-
somewhere.
Good game.
Who won?
Ugh. It was a
It was a
tie.
draw.
Yeah.
like I was watching Teen Wolf 2.
Guess
does
what we
that even
watched
mean?
today?
Teen Wolf 2?
Teen Wolf 2.
Yeah?
Uh-oh.
You're
Was it-
back.
Teen
Oh.
Wolf 2?
Teen Wolf. It was Teen Wolf 2.
How was it?
Nice.
It was bad. Very bad.
Okay.
Luke doesn't know what he's talking about.
Alright,
You
I
hated
know.
it. You actually had a worse time than I did, I feel.
That's true. I was on my phone. But Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman.
yeah.
It's
Young
sexy.
Jason Bateman. Yeah.
Matt and Luke, what are your 2 favorite theories for this
Oh,
one?
there's
What's
one
yours?
more.
Oh,
Actually, that the Earth came really close to a black hole or something. I think I'm trying to just read the pictures on the cork board because I don't have sound.
Like hieroglyphics.
yeah.
What if they like interstellared it?
Yeah. Right.
Speaking of, are we ever doing Interstellar?
bro,
Yeah, where's
Cameron,
Cameron?
I don't know.
Bro.
he's super busy right now, but maybe next week, honestly. I'll talk.
Okay.
I'll talk to the man.
All right.
We can't do next week.
You guys are in Flagstaff.
Yeah, we can't do it.
All right, I'll talk to him about the week after.
My favorite theory is the comet one.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is the one that dissipated, but it had the impact.
It came so close. Like that's why
I
they
like that
couldn't
one
have a
too.
crater because it burned up. But the sheer like force of its entry would cause something like that if it got close enough.
I like that one
Weren't
too.
the
I
trees,
can also
like,
just imagine
like-
seeing that.
Weren't there
I
no
like
trees
watching
there?
Mark try to.
So yes, Mark,
Try
the,
to think.
the trees flattened, and that would happen if something came down like that. It would.
But
like,
there's no crater. But what
There's no
happens
crater.
right at the impact? Are the trees just squished in the ground?
They were still standing up, which was the weird part.
See, that
I
don't make it.
know how
That's the
works.
part that's
No,
like aliens.
the
'cause that
impact was
doesn't
so
make any
listen,
sense.
large
No, Mark,
that it was
listen
like
to me.
they couldn't.
Mark, I'm your friend, right?
Yeah.
Listen to me,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay.
The trees, like, farther past the impact point were all, like, shot down by the impact. But closer to the impact point, they were still standing up. So that's why it's like, how do that?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. You know what
So-
it is?
Aliens,
It's
right?
that
Like
Government
fucking
cover-up.
government.
That's where the flying saucer.
government.
Hovering
They squished all the trees
Yeah,
themselves.
See,
one by one.
but we can have the best of both worlds. We can be Hannah Montana, and
Ah.
it's a government cover-up because it was aliens.
Oh, okay. So aliens did it, but they covered it up, and they. What if the government planted the tree sideways, put it in the soil that way? You know, if you put a seed
What
in a certain
about-
way, it grows.
Like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. That's how they built that, right?
Yeah.
They
They
grow up.
planted the Leaning Tower of Pisa
They
sideways.
planted some of those horizontal trees.
That's the comet's probably what it is, but
I think I like to think of it too, like almost like the eye of like a storm. Like,
Sauron.
if it's coming down. Like all the stuff on the outside is gonna be like all fucked up, but like right in the middle.
but if something
it's
gets
not.
hit, it's
Was
gonna
it
in the
because of-
middle.
that's
It's
the thing,
gonna.
they tried to
It didn't-
explain it where it was like too much force,
It
right?
didn't get
So that-
hit. That's the thing. It burned up
Yeah.
before it actually made impact, which is why right where it would have hit, they were still standing, and it like rippled out. So like it's like in the center, there was no actual force going straight down. Is that? That's
I
kind
get,
of how I
I
understood
get what
it.
you're saying, but I would still think that I know it's not impact, but like
I would too, which is weird. I would have thought that it would completely like incinerate those trees, and like there would be
like
nothing
watch
in the
this,
middle.
right? Like watch
Yeah, yeah.
this. Ready? If something comes
yeah,
down, you see what happens? It doesn't
Somebody-
make any
You're
sense.
right.
Government did it.
You're right.
You-
Crap.
You have a
NASA.
Jurassic Park hat?
I got it
like
from
Mike's
Universal.
Mike's Casino Royale. Huh?
Nice, nice.
Universal. It's backwards. Universal Studios.
Wait,
Oh,
you went to
it's right
Universal
up for us.
Studios?
No, this is when we went.
Like years ago.
You got that hat there? That's cool.
I did. I've had it since then. This is what I wear when we record. When I put on backwards, is this hat?
Nice.
Oh, it's that one? That's the thing that's that?
Yeah, it's the famous hat. Yeah. Okay, Kelly.
Right,
Yours was the government
Yeah.
asteroid. Okay.
Asteroid equals government cover-up. We all know this.
And
Okay.
Mark, yours is that too, or
I think the
Sideways
trees were planted sideways,
Okay.
and so it looks
Okay.
like there's an impact or
case
something.
closed.
That's the
And
only thing
the-
that makes sense.
Under your sources cited, it says Jurassic Park hat squished.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nothing else makes sense. All right, what was the
All
next
right.
episode?
The Chupacabra. which is always a fun thing to talk about because it's very silly. I mean, goats actually died, but yeah.
Okay, the first incident. What the
That
heck?
was- yeah.
Blood is
I don't
sucked
know what
out
that-
of them,
Like-
guys. Like,
Yeah.
there's no other explanation. It's a monster.
Well, because I don't. Yeah, I don't think anyone would fake the first time because like that's
No.
farmers' livelihood.
Mhm.
Right.
You know,
Seriously.
the second time that was bullshit. It's so funny though when they showed the drawing. It's like, I wonder what they're trying to convince us this is.
Yeah,
With
right.
the fucking face.
I
Wait, wasn't it a kangaroo?
Kangaroo.
somebody said that too. Yeah, they were like, it looks kind of like a kangaroo. What if the first? I really do think that the incidents in Puerto Rico and the ones like in Mexico and stuff were two completely separate things.
Yeah.
Because they seem very different.
It was different things for sure. That's what I think.
I
Different
think-
Well,
Okay.
What?
were they going on at the same time? Because I think the second one was all bullshit. I think
Yes,
the second thing that
so-
happened was completely fabricated.
The second one was decades later.
Right,
And
but
that was
were,
all
was
over the place.
it happened in two different places at the same time?
No. I think it was Puerto Rico first, and then it started popping up in like South America like a decade later, and then in Mexico a couple years after that. And then in Texas and stuff. It was like
Oh.
all
Everything that happened probably in the U.S.
bullshit.
No,
made
yes.
up.
Yeah. I think
Or
the one in
alien.
the U.S. The theory of it being some kind of hybrid animal that had like mange or something makes a lot of sense because that really messes up animals and makes them behave weird.
What was one who was like a mix between like a dog and a shark? What was it? It's like an alligator.
There was an alligator and a dog, or a wolf and a
A wolf and
crocodile.
an alligator.
A wolfagator.
Wh-
I saw one that said, wait, when did it first happen? Where was it in the world?
In Puerto Rico,
Puerto
in
Rico.
was it the 70s, 60s?
It was way more recent than I thought.
Oh, okay.
Like I thought, like
no,
this
it was
legend
70s or something.
70s, yeah.
Yeah, I thought this legend like was around longer than
Right?
that.
So did I.
What Oh, sorry. After you're done, I found that comment that I was gonna just show
Oh,
you what it kind of
yeah,
looked
yeah.
like.
I think the one in Puerto Rico is a lot harder to figure out what's going on because multiple people described it in like definitely not the same way as the one from Mexico and the U.S.
Yeah.
I don't think it's probably the right theory, but the theory that it was escaped monkeys from a research facility is that would be a fun one for a movie,
Oh.
right?
It's Planet of the
This
Apes,
says it was 1995.
I don't think that was the original, was it?
It says Puerto Rico in 1995.
Was
That's what
Didn't it happen-
Wikipedia says.
didn't it happen a second time in Puerto Rico?
It says first attested. 1995. I don't know.
Holy crap!
No, I don't. Oh,
doesn't feel right.
1975.
There we go.
1975. A series of livestock killings in the small town of Mocha,
Yeah.
Puerto Rico, were attributed to the chupacabra.
And then it did happen again in the 90s, which is why people are like, this
Right.
might be a copycat.
Well, because the one in the 70s, because it is so like it's hard to explain. I am like,
Vampire?
maybe it did have something to do with Satan.
there you
Vampire
go.
Satan?
I'm not
Mark, I
sure.
want to hear your theory
I'm
now.
not. Well, it's just a.
Sorry,
It was a
that's
comment.
everybody
on
in
it.
Lost.
Maybe it has something to do with Satan.
It's just
That's
a
everyone in
comment.
the stand.
Yes, yes.
I'm not sure if they talked about it on debrief because I didn't watch debrief. Did they talk about the Tasmanian tiger?
Yeah.
They did. What did they say about it?
Oh.
They I think they mentioned it in passing.
Okay, because
Interesting.
this is what.
Yeah, that's extinct now.
Yeah,
It's
too.
they did
extinct,
talk
yeah.
about it, but
the comment is saying like, I mean, who knows? It's just a comment, but that they are marsupials, just like kangaroos, were able to open their jaw an unusual amount, up to 80 degrees. Thick,
Ugh.
Wait,
stiff tail and
open
pouch.
their jaw.
Excuse me?
Yeah,
80
like they
degrees?
can
Crazy.
like.
That's nuts.
It said, and according
Incredible!
according to Robert Paddle, or originating from a secondhand account, the fight.
Wait. Is this 80 degrees?
Yeah,
Can I do
she's
it?
she's the
78.
chupacabra.
You're close.
She's the chupacabra. According to this account, this Tasmanian tiger was characterized as a blood drinker throughout the 20th century. At least that's what the comment says. But
You know what? If it was standing on its hind legs when it was seen, I
Yeah.
could, because they said it
Ugh.
had spikes, right? The stripes, if you were
The
looking at it in the
stripes.
dark,
Yep.
could look like spikes,
Yeah.
potentially, maybe.
That was my
Well,
favorite
I think-
theory. Was that one?
I thought the drawing was drawn with stripes like that on it.
I think they were. Oh, did it?
Am I wrong?
I know there were spikes like going down the back.
Hmm.
Mark,
Sorry,
the
it's so
theory-
funny. They just want us to. You can't even see it. They just want
Okay,
us to
hold up,
think it's a
let's-
fucking alien.
I know
Eh.
it's.
Ooh.
That's
Luke in the middle.
Does the theory explain how a Tasmanian tiger would have gotten to Puerto Rico?
Ship.
I mean, ghosts.
Ship.
Ship. It was the only one of its kind. So some traveled there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe
I'm
it could be.
I'm
don't
assuming. I think the theory is kind of like no one in Puerto Rico had seen an animal like that, so maybe someone had migrated it there, and it got loose, and so they had never seen something look like that, and it's on its hind legs, opening its jaw that wide.
Dude,
What was crazy to me is that they had 2 puncture wounds.
that is.
It's a vampire.
Whoa.
That's pretty
Like,
crazy.
like is it?
It's Stefan.
I think that's interesting. An
Is that
interesting theory,
Boone?
Mark.
Is that Ian Somerhalder?
Which one is
Yes.
Bone?
Bone.
Is Stefan?
Yeah, Boone from Lost. He's Ian Somerhalder.
Bone.
Oh, he's in Lost.
Yeah.
He's Bone.
And you know
Oh,
what?
No, he's
You know what?
Damon. He's Damon.
His sister in Lost is in the Twilight series. So they
Oh.
both
Really?
play vampires.
Wait,
yeah.
wait, who?
She's only in the last 2 movies, and mostly only the last one.
Shannon?
Yeah, she plays the one who rats out that they had a mortal child to the Volturi.
Really?
Hmm.
That's cool.
I just rewatched that movie, so it's very fresh in my mind.
I totally forgot that he was in Lost.
Yeah. He's a weirdo.
yeah.
This
it's
was
really
before
weird.
Vampire Diaries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What the?
is that what got him famous?
Probably.
Lost, maybe. Yeah.
I'm assuming it was more so Vampire Diaries After Effects, but he's Damon.
Matt,
yeah. Got it.
you watched Mike's recap, right?
Oh yeah.
Boonerl.
The Booner. That was Michael Giacchino named the
Is-
actual song
Then-
Booner.
Boonerl.
There-
There's
the-
another one called Shenanigans.
Shannon.
Shenanigans.
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 That man deserves
Boonerl
all
is
the
such a good score too, and it's
Yeah.
really sad. So it's so funny. Boonerl.
He's having fun with it. Mark, I like that theory you brought up is always interesting because Kelly, that book you got me about the British museums.
Yeah.
One of the things in it is people who went to Australia and then they painted pictures.
In Lost.
Yes.
Oh.
They went to whatever. It was like when they first landed and it was only
Wait, wait.
Aboriginals, right?
Uh-huh.
Was the flight Oceanic Flight 815?
Yes, in the year 16 whatever 17, yes.
Okay.
But they painted pictures of kangaroos and dingoes.
Mhm.
And it wasn't even based on the actual animals, it was based on pelts.
Oh.
So they
Oh,
were just
wow.
guessing. And then they brought them back to England and people were looking at them like,
The fuck is that? Yeah.
you made that
What-
up. Like what is that?
That's crazy.
What is the one story? It's like in the Canterbury Tales or something, where they're
Yeah.
like describing this like horrid monster, but they're really just describing like a giraffe.
A giraffe.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to describe a giraffe, but they
I-
never seen
Oh.
one before, so it sounds like a
Yeah.
monster.
So it would totally make sense to me if these people saw, because the Tasmanian tiger was supposed to have been extinct by then, I think.
Yeah.
So if someone had one just hanging
Yeah.
around, you could see it and be like, what in the hell is that?
Yeah.
It's a
You
monster.
think they kept them as pets?
Some people keep anything as pets.
Probably. It's probably because of the way it looked. That's probably why like people like wanted it. So that's probably why it went extinct.
Was a Tasmanian tiger? It looks like you cut two different animals apart and
Right?
glued them together. Or is it a hybrid?
I don't think so. I think it was just one of those weird, because Tasmania has some weird animals because it's kind of off by itself, right? Isn't it like an island? It's kind of like how Australia has so
think-
many crazy animals.
think-
Don't look at me and Kelly.
so, like-
I don't know.
Well, okay, this says it's been presumed extinct for the last
Presumed.
87 years.
87, interesting number.
Yeah, it's
Don't start.
it's always weird though, because sometimes that happens. It happens more with sea creatures where they think something is like extinct, and then you find one, and they're like, "Oh, I guess not."
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
scary.
But that was my favorite theory. And then everything else in the U.S. was like, I'm sure some people saw dogs with mange, and then everything else was hoax.
That one lady who has it in her house, fuck her.
What are you?
Sorry.
Yeah, what are you doing?
It's
Don't-
literally just a dog with mange that she has stuffed in her house and is claiming it's the chupacabra.
Also, yeah, like don't taxidermy an animal like that after you've killed it. Oh my god. And like that one makes sense to me because like they said like mange messes with the dog's brain and it'll make it do like weird things like that, like attack livestock. And also people in the US are just greedy for attention, so
Oh, yeah.
it doesn't surprise me
For sure.
that they said it was the chupacabra. Oh.
So
Which means goat sucker, right?
Yes.
we should start counting
I like it.
Okay, so there were three main theories, right? We had the dogs with mange, the monkeys, and aliens,
Yep.
and then the Tasmanian one is our own theory.
Well,
The
wasn't there
Tasmanian.
also just like in general they were like sacrifice, like
Oh, did they think it was satanic?
what I'm saying?
Maybe. I wouldn't.
Something
At
with
least
Satan.
somebody. There are at least some people who thought that it was satanic. I guarantee. There's always people who think everything's satanic.
For sure.
What would it be?
That's also a fair point.
That's it. Case closed.
It's the fact that all the blood was drained is what freaks me out. Because
It
it's
was
like
the
even
two-
the tigers are like.
Yeah, that is
Yeah, the two.
weird.
It's the two marks on the neck for me.
Mhm.
Also the blood being drained but the bodies not being eaten is fucking weird.
Yeah.
There was an episode of the X-Files where a person was doing that to people, so maybe that's what happened.
There's been cases in real life that people did that to other people, so
But I think we solved it, guys. So,
Yep. That's
I'm
exactly.
gonna look up animals that suck blood.
Nice.
just search animals that suck.
Animals-
The next episode was the Leatherman.
I like that one a lot. Vampire bats do suck blood, so could
Yeah,
they?
but they couldn't drain a whole animal. could
Says
they?
who? How do
I
you
mean-
know? Are you one of them?
That's one thirsty bat.
One thirsty bitch. I don't know.
Um,
This says an oxpecker. Oh, these are birds.
Huh?
If you guys were a bird, what kind of bird would you be?
Not an oxpecker.
Don't. I
I'll
already
tell you that
asked
much.
Luke.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he said dove.
Oh.
I don't really know
Um,
anything about birds. Pigeon.
Simple
Falcons
way.
are crazy, dude. Maybe a falcon. Those things are like beautiful looking, but also can be very scary. They have very sharp talons.
I'm a vulture.
Oh, ooh, vultures are really cool too. Those things can
Not really.
survive when they shouldn't.
It's
I like
crazy
vultures.
that you can just look in the sky and see it circling and be like, "There's a dead thing over
There's something dead out there, probably.
there." That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's insane. All right.
like
What was the
card-
next one?
Leatherman.
Oh, Leatherman.
What an interesting character. Like,
Just
I
walking.
love it. I've never heard of him, which is cool. It was cool to learn all about him. Like, what is this guy's story? It's always crazy to me when someone is so eccentric they become like a legend or like a myth in and of themselves that people are just like, hey, it's that time of year. Like, just keep your eye out.
Leatherman's
Leatherman's gonna be
everything.
back in town. He
I love
smells
him.
like smells like rancid ass, but he's super cool.
Everyone did back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, do you ever think about that?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Indoor plumbing and like showers and stuff are still a fairly new invention. Before that, everyone just smelled awful, probably.
They're just
Everyone's
used to.
covered in poopy.
Everyone's covered in poopy. Poopy.
I like because were the theories just who it was? Because I'm good with like
Yeah.
not giving theories because it doesn't matter who he was. He's
And
just
he
the
didn't
Leatherman,
really
and he didn't
Want
him
people to know anyway.
Yeah.
No,
It's just the
It's just what
Leatherman.
happened
Yeah.
to the body.
I will
That's-
say,
Oh yeah, I forgot.
yeah,
about that.
that's we could go into those theories about what happened to the body.
He never died. He's still alive. And we're oh my
I
oh my
hope-
god, they're actually on this call. Kelly,
Ellie?
what the heck? Did you join us for this episode?
We
Yeah.
So it's confirmed a
Label.
Frenchman. What if he wasn't even French? What if he was just
He's
French
French
Canadian?
Canadian.
That's
That's
what
what
I'm
Luke
saying.
and I were saying, and that's why he was in New England.
Yeah. Like,
We also looked up that like, around the time like didn't like
around the time what?
No, look, it looks like I'm holding Mark.
I'm so confused.
Kelly, what were you saying? Around the time? Oh no. Sorry.
I think that's when like Canada became a country.
Oh, I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
know
it was-
any
yeah.
Canadian history.
It was
Let's
around that
see.
time. So we thought he would skedaddle.
That he like maybe if he was French Canadian, that's why he left or something. I don't know.
I just googled when did Canada become a country, and it said April 17th, 1982, and that's not right. That's their date of independence, I guess, from Britain. Like,
Oh.
like it's their head of state still.
Yeah.
82. Jeez.
In 1867 is what it looks like.
Wasn't
that-
that around the same time? Because it was right after. Wait.
Civil War.
Right.
It had to have been around there, so that would make sense if he's just like, I'm getting out of
It
here,
could be.
man.
To me, it would make sense. I guess like back in the day, though, like back in the 1800s, you could just like get on a ship and move to another country.
He lived from
But-
1839 to 1889. So
Yeah.
it was right in there.
So but it would also make sense to me that like I don't know, it'd be easier to go to the like a state in the U.S. from Canada than crossing an ocean.
Yeah, every
From
single one of
France.
those theories was like about crossing the ocean, and I was like,
Maybe
That
he's
was
just French
smart.
Canadian. Yeah.
maybe, yeah.
Mm.
Which
Oh, also, I think the area in Canada, I could just be talking out of my ass, but that's never stopped me before. So I think the area of Canada that's closest to New England in the U.S. is where they predominantly speak French.
I think you're right. Or at least a lot of French is spoken there for sure.
Right,
So,
like more than the west side of Canada.
yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right. So I like that theory.
All
As
of
for
my
his-
knowledge about Canada comes from Curtis Connor. So
And he lives near Toronto, right?
I don't know.
So he's right around there.
Every time I hear, what is it, Curtis Connor? I think Kurt
Yeah.
Connors. Every single time you guys say it. Every
From
single
Spider-Man?
time. From
It's from
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Every time
Yeah.
I get very confused for a second. It's like, what?
No way.
The lizard.
I think. What do you guys think happened to his body?
I think he just took a little snooze. I think he hibernated and just woke up and left.
He was the vampire Lestat, and he just took a little snooze for 50
Maybe he
years.
just didn't want to
and
be
then got
famous
back up.
anymore, so he just pretended to die. And was just like, I'm done with this, and then just
I'm
left.
over it.
Yeah.
Shed his leather suit, and then what if he some guy moved into town like the same day that Leatherman disappeared, except he wasn't. Nobody knew
It
who he was
was-
because he wasn't wearing his leather.
it was this
Oh.
guy.
Dude.
Yeah,
It's just
because
a bill.
I don't fucking trust or believe the couple who says that they found his body.
Mm-mm.
No,
Because then
It-
they were like taking people to the site where they buried him.
it's
Bullshit.
got big Ed and Lorraine Warren energy, which
Yeah.
my bullshit meter is going off the charts.
Didn't they
Right.
say something about someone said this is their grave, but then then they dug it up and
It
they're like,
could've
the
been
body's
wrong.
gone, but I honestly just think it was the wrong grave. That's my theory.
I
is-
think
Okay.
because when the paupers grave, right, they would just bury people who weren't claimed, or poor people just wherever.
Mhm.
So I think they just marked the wrong spot. So I bet you his body was there somewhere, but you'd have to dig up a whole giant area to try to find it, and nobody was gonna try to do that.
I like
Kelly.
to believe that. What?
I said you would dig it all that up to find him. Yeah,
Well-
you'd be the person. You'd make
How are
Luke
you
do
gonna
it.
dig up yourself? Yeah.
Oh,
that's
there you
very true.
go.
I like to believe that one guy, even though it's also bullshit, but that one guy that was like, I saw him in the cave. I saw his ghost in the cave. I like to believe that he was just still alive.
Just chilling.
He's
Jesus,
chilling in his
Jesus
cave.
Christ himself. 3 days.
He's big
What's wrong with
Jesus Christ
Very.
syndrome.
Yeah.
Syndrome?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
What
walking-
do we
walking
normally
around.
say?
Jesus Christ allegory.
He's a Jesus Christ allegory.
Oh,
It
for
is
sure.
weird though that they were like that like New York Expo, like it was pretty much confirmed that was his leather suit though. So how
Yeah.
did they get that?
Confirming that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who
they said it
confirms?
was like pretty conclusive, and I was like,
Science
says
people.
Who can-
Yeah, who
Concludes that.
confirmed that?
You could just stitch
Someone-
together
I don't know.
leather. They'd be like, "Oh, that's a leather suit. Leatherman
what?
wore that."
Yeah.
That's something that I think gets overlooked. Do you know the time and effort and skill it takes to make a whole suit out of leather? That's crazy.
Kelly and I
Well,
can
he
do it.
also it was
done
different pieces of leather from different time periods.
Could you
right?
imagine just like
But
adding? He's like, that's a good piece
I'm
of leather.
saying those people that said it was his suit are fucking lying. Cause this was
Yeah.
also P.T. Barnum fucking bullshit going on.
Yeah.
Correct.
Like,
Have you guys ever thought what like a historically accurate version of The Greatest Showman would be like? That would be a movie I'd want to
Imagine
see.
it's still a musical, but it's
It's-
just horrible.
basically just freaks from 1930.
Yeah, it's just like
It has
atrocity after atrocity.
Les Mis
Right.
vibes.
Yeah, it's
It's like a musical, but like just
Despair.
awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman's still there.
Yeah.
It's- Variety says it's the feel bad movie of the year.
Would be. Yeah, because they already claimed it was the real person 100 years after.
Right.
It's definitely not the same suit.
They could
they're
just
just
fucking
lying
lie
about
about
the suit.
it.
Yeah, they're already lying. So
Plus,
I think
I
it's-
just would like to believe that, like, if he was dead, he was in his suit.
yeah,
Right? Bury him in a suit.
Right.
I think he was.
Die as he
I think it was
lived.
the wrong
But-
grave, and people lied about where the suit was.
I think people lied about his death.
Oh.
If he's still alive, that would make him 200. No, not quite. 180. It could happen. You don't know.
Kelly knows.
Okay.
I know.
Luke
Are
is
we-
disassociating. Luke,
Hey, are we
Luke-
ready to move
Luke-
on?
He
to the
looked
next
like he
one?
was pissed off too. The other, like, a couple
When?
seconds ago, you were rubbing your head. You
Wait.
were like,
Luke,
It
close
is
your eyes.
accidental.
Close your eyes. Open your eyes when I tell you to. Don't fall asleep. Ready? Open your eyes.
Oh!
Woke him up. Don't
No,
worry.
I did not mean to. I was just tired.
guys, there's a part of last podcast where Luke and
Yes,
I
this is
at the
interesting.
at the exact same time looked behind us at nothing and then looked back at the screen at screen
Interesting.
at the screen at the same
Scream
time.
6. Yeah.
And we were just looking at nothing.
That's creepy. You guys
But you know who I have behind me today?
just hold you in.
Marky.
That's hung up at my work in black and white.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Above the pillar that's by my team. Someone hung it like super high so nobody could get it too. I think they used a ladder.
That's funny.
Yeah. Looks like I died. And everyone
Oh,
says I look
wow.
older in that picture than I do now. So there's like, why are you
Really?
Show us
older?
the photo, Luke.
It's also black and white, so I think they also think I look older because it looks like old timey.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
There's glare, but this is giving me
Nice.
Twin Peaks vibes. Mark, you're Laura Palmer right now.
That actually
That's
kind of
not
looks
good.
like Laura Palmer's.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yee, now I'm sad.
Not
I'm
good.
crying.
Um, I don't mean to be a buzzkill, but I'm gonna have to get off here at like 10 or 15.
Okay,
minutes.
sky trumpets. What are the sky trumpets?
We did kind of cover a lot of that, right? Like,
Yeah.
What do you think it actually was, other than like actual sky trumpets?
Nothing. I don't think it was anything. I think it's something different every time.
It doesn't
I
sound the
agree.
same. Yeah.
I think it's a different thing each time, and kind of every one of the natural theories they suggested seems like it's plausible.
I
to
also
me.
think like maybe just like God was going ham on like he was just like
Playing the,
Yeah.
the saxophone
yeah.
just way too loud.
He was getting way too into it.
It's that thing of, I think it's all fake. I think it's all different things. Like the first couple were some, and then people started posting the same thing. It was around YouTube getting really big too.
Yeah.
So then people were like, "Oh, I heard a sound," and they're just playing over it to fake it, to like, and then naming it sky
Yeah.
trumpets. So I think it's all something different. But I like to pretend like it's Jordan Peele's Nope, and it was that
Yeah.
in a cloud
That-
making the
that'd be
noises.
crazy.
So I'm gonna think that, and I'm gonna be scared tonight thinking
It
about
was
it.
Jean Jacket.
Oh,
Jean
Jean
Jacket.
I want to rewatch.
I
We
love
got to do all those movies like we talked about.
We
Yeah,
do.
we
I'd
do.
like to do that.
Yeah, that would be fun.
The one that I really liked, I think the theory of, was tectonic plate shifting, because that's
Here we
I
go with
know,
the
I like the
science.
science. Because that stuff happens so gradually, but like that's like the stuff that triggers an earthquake when it like
Yeah.
jumps back.
Oh,
That's-
Matt, let me
that's
explain
surprising.
something
Very
to you.
scary.
Let me explain something to you. This is the ground, tectonic plates coming together, right? Right. The noise is coming from the sky. It's sky trumpets. How is that?
But
No.
what if it's moving? Sometimes they move sideways.
Okay, sideways. Look at this. Look at this. People are walking like this. These are the tectonic plates moving. How the fuck is the noise coming from up here?
Dude, have
Doesn't
you
make
ever
sense.
seen the pictures of like a long, like a plate boundary after an earthquake? Sometimes things are like slightly like off, like they
Mhm.
don't line up properly. It's pretty crazy.
I did learn that in one of my classes. I mean, I forgot about it until now.
It's nuts.
But like the way it works is really weird. I was
And then
making
it would
that
just
sound.
make a really loud noise and throw it into the air, and then you'd hear it.
Yeah, but they're all looking in the sky. You know, if the ground's making noise, you're usually looking at the ground.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know. The one guy that Shane kept agreeing with, I also was like, heck yeah, because the guy was like,
No,
"Come
that
on,
guy was
guys."
an asshole. That guy fucking sucked too because he
Okay.
he sounded so fucking self-important.
Very
He was like,
pompous, very pompous.
He was very pompous. I think the things he had to say were correct. He could have said them in a much better way.
but that's why you shouldn't be an asshole because
Yeah.
no matter if you are right, I'm gonna disagree
not gonna
with you
listen to
because you
you.
said it like that.
That's a good point.
What did this guy
Point
say?
taken. He was
It was
just giving
aliens.
like he was like talking about how it could have been like trains and like all but these other things, and then was being a dick. He's like, anyone who thinks it's anything else is an idiot, essentially.
He was like, I'm
He was like,
super
"Why is
smart.
everybody still
You're
thinking about
not
this when I've
smart."
already solved it?"
That's what he
Wow.
said.
Wow.
That's what he said. And it,
Only Kelly can
That
talk
is-
like that.
no, seriously, like that guy was like,
are
he
you
was
doing,
crossing a line.
Kelly, anytime we disagree with Kelly, he's like, "No, fuck you."
Not to jump ahead too far, but I want to make sure we get this in. We talked about Max Headroom at the beginning, so I think we're okay. But that one is one where it's like, I don't think any of the theories are even close. Like, I think that he's just in the wind and is never going to be seen from again. And I like that.
I'd be so scared if I was watching TV and that happened.
I don't
That
know
would be-
how technology worked back then with satellites. I think it's possible with satellites because you can take. Okay, Matt, you're in a
Okay,
car.
well, wait, no.
What?
This is how TV works, Mark.
Oh, okay. Oh,
The image goes
I know.
up
I know.
into the air.
Yes, I knew exactly where you're going with that. My TV style.
We
Yeah.
the kids back home hear about this.
Okay,
Yeah.
Matt.
Yeah.
You're in your blue truck that you had. You're driving
Oh,
down
gosh.
the road, right?
Okay, yeah.
You're driving down the road. You don't have an aux cable, so you're using the satellite, right? You're using like the thing where
Yeah.
you have to tune it. Someone
Yeah.
pulls up behind you that's also doing that. Your music cuts out and it goes to somebody else's, right?
I've heard, yeah, that did used to happen to
So
me.
how that's got to be like with satellites back in the day. I think that could happen. Like
Hold on.
you do a satellite that's close enough to it, it could take over that signal technically if
You-
it was strong enough.
You guys know what about my old car, right?
About it.
That at the
Twin Peaks.
same time every day, it was like around 9, a little after 9. The music in my car would always cut out and it'd cut into a man talking. And
Was
I
it-
could never make out what he was saying.
Because it was
but
Max
always
Headroom.
like,
Yeah.
Luke and Kelly will be proud of me. That it made me think of just in Twin Peaks: The Return, the radio show that he would always do with his golden shovel to shovel
was-
the shit.
I would
Yeah.
always get Twin Peaks vibes whenever it happened. It was scary because I'd have to
So
go over to
weird.
pet sit at that time. It was same time. Music would cut out and it'd be like static and a man talking, and I could never make it out.
Mm.
That's Max Headroom.
And then like sometimes, there was once where that was happening in my car, and I was stopped at a stop sign, and a javelina came this close to running into my car.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
Was it the javelina? That was the one that was hacking you.
It was the chupacabra.
The Mark, what you were saying makes sense to me though. I feel like if you knew what you were doing with satellites, especially back in the 80s, like you
Yeah,
might
I
be able to
might.
just like hijack it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking about like that would happen in my truck where I could hear someone else's
Yeah.
music because we're on the same signal. So it's
on the same
like if you have a
frequency, yeah.
bad like security for whatever, I don't know how that works, but I think it's possible someone was just like close and had a huge dish and just was like fuck it, they're in an apartment close enough, and just like, hey, let's just,
Just
go do
turn
this.
around.
Let's just smack each
Hey, you
other in
want to
the butt.
spank me? Yeah.
Well,
Um,
guys, what if on the 50th anniversary they did it again?
Oh my
I would
gosh.
love that.
Oh my!
I'd
Could you
love it.
imagine?
Dad, when we first mentioned the case to him, he went his theory. He said, or they know who it is. They're just working for the government now, so they say it's unsolved.
Ah,
Honestly,
yes.
yeah. They were like,
Government
"Wow,
cover up.
You're really good at hacking. You want to come work for us?"
Asteroid.
Hackers.
This is an asteroid.
Yeah.
They connect. Oh, Mystery Files connects. All right.
right,
You gotta go.
I think we did it. I
But-
do have to go.
We got. So yes, Matt Waverly. Was it Waverly House? What's it called?
Winchester.
Winchester Waverly Place. Wizards.
The
Um,
Winchester House of Waverly Place.
Yes, they. It's only a one-off for Haunted Mansion,
Okay.
and then their Puppet History season 6 next
Heck
week.
yeah.
So
I'm excited.
yeah, I need to watch season 5. So
Yes. Because we need to learn
I,
about the dinosaurs.
there's not much learning. I just am there for the antics. We might need to do a
Yeah.
podcast on season 6, and then you can explain it to me and Kelly, and we'll rock paper scissors next time too. So.
Luke and I haven't watched.
5? You haven't watched 5?
No.
I'm the only one. I just caught up like a week ago. Though,
It's so
too.
much information.
That's the, like my brain hurts sometimes doing it, but it's so fun too.
You get to learn such
The
interesting
professor's right
things.
above you.
Coochie coochie cool. Does
Okay.
it look like I'm holding him?
Exactly.
So far away.
Exactly.
The banana.
Does it
Matt
look like
has
I'm
a
holding
banana.
Laszlo?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can
Yes, there's a
get. Let me
banana.
see if I can get like. It's hard when like you're trying to turn your fingers the right way.
I know it's always backwards than what you think.
I got him. Okay.
All right.
All right. Goodbye.
All right. Goodbye, guys. This
Bye.
was fun. Bye.
Bye.